Yo. What's up, Chris? Hope you're doing all right. Hope everything is good. Look who it is.
How are you, mate?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
Good, good.
Got the baby.
Babysitting at the moment.
Nice.
Very
Wait,
unsettled.
it's your own kid, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So not babysitting, but yeah.
Yeah. So we're still on for after the stream?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Chris, let me know if I could do anything, man. I know it's tough. I've definitely been there with many different family members. So, whatever I could do, just let me know. But Luke, how you been?
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Nice.
Just trying to get into it.
Nice. So you finished the course?
Yeah, just those webinars I need to get through now.
Yeah, but we could obviously hop on the Zoom before that.
Yeah.
So let's break down some charts real quick before we start the session. We got quite enough. We'll start with GJ over here. GJ, it looks like we filled these wicks down here to the left. Wow. Yeah, we're coming down. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Have you watched any of my breakdowns as of late? Like the Sunday breakdown and all that stuff? Okay.
No.
All right, so let's look at GJ over here on the monthly. So GJ, as we know, this is the 2008 market crash, right? So we had the mortgage crisis. Price just kind of tanked all the way down to like somewhere around 120. So we held support right down here at 120. But before this tank, we had this high being created. So after the 2008 market crash, we had some sort of a recovery where price is just kind of pushing up, right? And price came all the way up to 195 and it tapped this zone, starting a sort of like a bearish trend over here. Now, obviously, we're very bullish on GJ since COVID. This was the COVID crash. This is 2016. Actually, no. So right here was the Brexit crash, if you will, where prices tanked. Obviously, with Brexit, the devaluation of the pound, prices came all the way down, never passed the lows of the 2008 market crash, and then we had that recovery as well, where we came right up to 155, which is where we're at right now, 155, 156. And then obviously we came right back down to retest these lows down here, forming support. And then over here, after this small recovery, we came all the way down, and this was the COVID crash. So ever since this COVID crash, it's interesting that we never passed the lows of the Brexit lows or the 2008 market crash, when arguably this was one of the craziest, economic hits in human civilization, basically, when it comes to closing everything down, businesses, everything. The fact that we never passed the low of these is quite interesting when it comes to banks, institutions not wanting to bring price anywhere lower than this. So it looks like we tapped this area and we ended up rejecting. We've been bullish ever since. So looking more recently, you got to look at the current market structure and where price is right now. And then you got to just look to the left and see what happened in that similar area where we were obviously creating this high, comes down, creates a support, and then we come all the way back up and start this recovery. So right now we're in this area over here, pretty similar to right over here. So are we just creating a bottom wick over here for the month? Is this still the beginning of June? So are we just creating a bottom wick to continue right back bullish, passing the high of these candles and continue right back up to maybe this area right over here? What's up, Lee?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, man. So that's very well what could be happening right now. But as you can see, we are reacting to this bearish trend over here, and price is very bullish over here as well. So I just want to take a look at gold real quick before we continue. I'm looking for an entry here on gold. Looks like we already passed the high of that candle. Now we're retracing. You never want to enter a candle once it passes the high right away, right in the beginning of that candle, because normally you get that retracement. But back to GJ over here, that's what we're looking at. We may be getting that bottom wick to continue right back up, maybe retesting this area right over here. Moving on to the weekly. Again, we tapped 156, and now we've just been printing lower highs on the lower time frames and coming down. So it looks like this candle ended up creating its top wick, and then now we're passing the low of this previous candle right over here. So looking at the daily over here, you had this previous resistance, which then became support. This candle ended up rejecting that area right over here, where we ended up coming all the way back down into this area and then rejecting to close, still bearish, but still above this support over here. This candle created a lower high, and then it's, obviously it's top wick, and then we flip bearish. Looking at the 4 hour over here, pretty critical zone. It looks like we are closing below this area, but we shall see. We do have this resistance right here. And we have a support right down here that we are retesting. Looking at the 1 hour, this would have been a nice move to take this candle as we created its top wick and then pass the low of that candle. Let's see how many pips you had. You only had about 14, 15 pips. So you could have, this would have been a nice move. We were looking at this. Now we have a wick to possibly fill. But the thing is, we did tap into this support, and now we're rejecting. So now we got to see what we're doing on the lower time frames. So the 30-minute looks like we're holding this support right here, right? So are we going to retest this previous support right over here? We can actually... Yeah, we can leave that there. But are we retesting this previous support to create a resistance to come right back down and retest those lows? Very well could, but I don't want to take that sell. What I want to do is I want to wait for 156,600, let's say this area right here, to break before we continue down, because now we're kind of in a range. So I want to wait for price to close below this area before taking anything. You don't have enough pips right here. And they have about 14, 15 pips to take this right back down. If you get candles closing in your direction, candles rejecting this area, closing bearish over here on the 15-minute, maybe the 5-minute, then maybe you could possibly take it. But this is a nice accumulation area right over here where price is starting to come right back up, maybe to retest this area or continue right back up. So I would honestly, it's very hard to sell GJ right now fundamentally, as I've been stating. But right now we are retesting these lows. We do have a clean move to the left, so we could print bearish, could get another bearish candle continuing down, mirroring these lows to continue right back down into this area right over here, into this key area over here to form support and continue right back up to retest the previous highs. So that's what we're looking at on GJ right now. Again, maybe just wait for this retest over here, but I'd be careful trading in here. Sound good? Moving on to gold now. Gold is looking nice. Gold right over here. Obviously, we had our corrective state over here, retesting 1680. We went over this yesterday, and now we're in this bullish channel, right? So this candle ended up closing a bearish candle, the weekly. Last week, we ended up getting positive ISM manufacturing and services PMI, pushing price all the way down to this area right over here around 1860, which is a previous support over here. You can see it better on the daily, but it ended up pushing us right back down there. And the reason we rejected that area is because we got negative NFP coming out. It was worse than expected. So ended up tapping this area perfectly and rejecting. This candle created its bottom wick, and now it flipped bullish, which is what we called yesterday, where we said we had this high being tested at 1910, creating this resistance, price coming all the way down with this ISM manufacturing PMI and positive stuff coming out of the US. The dollar was on its way up as well. temporarily. And then all of a sudden you got this NFP move. So what we were looking at yesterday before this candle was printed was that price was going to react to this previous support and create its bottom wick. And then we were going to end up flipping bullish, right? We ended up flipping bullish. This candle barely closed with a top wick. Now this candle is bearish right now. So are we just retesting this area over here and then continuing bullish to retest these highs just like we did over here? Very similar price action, right? This candle created its bottom wick and then flipped bullish to retest these highs. That's what we're doing over here. But are we holding this resistance here to continue down more to retest these lows, or are we holding support to continue up? I'm more bullish because we're in a bullish channel over here. You're gonna have safe sells once we break below certain levels on the lower time frames. So what I'm looking at right over here is this is that level that we were talking about yesterday, where we were creating our bottom wick from on the daily. This is our bottom wick on the daily, right? We ended up creating the support. It's a beautiful move up. Now we're creating a higher low over here where price is forming support and continuing up to possibly retest these highs. That's what we're looking at right now. But we need certain levels to break. Again, we have this high that was created. Price comes all the way down to retest that previous support. We are still in this bearish trend, but we are breaking out of it. This candle ended up closing out of the bearish market structure after creating the support, right? So we need some sort of a support to form and candles closing in our direction for us to take this up to retest this high. And I think this is going to be our play for today. Let's take a look at the dollar. See where the dollar's at. The dollar is holding this resistance right over here, but is it creating this support over here on the daily? Looks like we're holding this support, but we have a previous order block over here to the left. All these wicks to the left. Are we going to react to this level and hold this resistance to continue down? If we get that today, and if we get this resistance forming and continue down to retest these lows, you're going to see gold continuing bullish. Let's see if we can enter this on some of the lower time frames over here. So here we go. We have a bullish candle closing. Looks like we kind of got our retest. Broke out. We just need the support to form over here. Just want to look left. It's retesting this previous area over here, price sensitivity area. We need the support forming, and we can take this out. Looks like we're kind of consolidating over here on the 1 minute. We got 1 more minute for the 5 minute to close. Maybe we get a bottom wick formed on the 5 minute, and then we pass the high of the previous. We could possibly enter this. But where should we put our stop loss? We're getting further rejection. This is even better. Let this happen. Let us get a clean retest of this area. We get some kind of a support formed around here, and then we could take this out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that.
Cool. How'd that trade end up yesterday, Lee? Did you end up taking anything else?
Yeah, no, I only took the 8 pips that I was in, and then I just got stopped out of break even, then left it for the day.
Did what I was saying yesterday make sense about that trade?
Yeah, it was a bit risky.
Yeah. And this is cool right over here. The 5 minute ended up closing with barely a bottom wick over here. Normally this wick gets filled. I wish this candle was a little bit weaker, but let's see a support formed over here. We wait patiently. We don't take any kind of impulse trades over here. Impulsive trades. Impulse entries are different than impulse trades. Impulse trades are just like you just want to jump in because you want to jump in, but you just want to wait. Luke hasn't been. I don't know if you could talk with the baby sleeping.
So could this not be coming back down at 1891.50?
91.50 right down here?
Actually, I think it could be coming back down.
It could be. Very well. We're going to trade what we see. What I do like, though, is what were we looking at over here? I liked this. This is the 4-hour support right over here, right? Previous resistance, previous support, price rejecting multiple times this area. Look what happened last time we were in this area, right over here. Price ended up holding the support over here and then just shooting up. So right over here, we have this rejection wick over here to the left. So if you go down to the 1 hour, this 1 hour candle ended up closing with no bottom wick. This candle ended up coming all the way back down into this area and then rejecting and closing a very weak bearish candle. This candle ended up doing the same thing and it actually passed the high of that candle, right? This candle never passed the low of this previous candle. Now it's very bullish coming all the way up here. Now, again, we need to wait for certain things to happen before taking a buy. But to me, that doesn't look like, first of all, on the daily, we're in a bullish trend, right? Right? Respecting this bullish channel. And what we said yesterday, exactly what happened. When we came down, created that bottom wick because of this area over here, and then we flipped bullish, passing the high of that previous candle. Only thing is this candle closed with no top wick, but now this candle is in a price sensitivity area where we could be creating a support and continuing bullish just like we did over here. It's just obviously never going to look the same, but we are very bullish. The dollar, very weak as a whole, as a macro view. Good man, busy. Sorry, I got to settle her a little bit more. I get you, brother. All good. Hopefully I'm not too loud. So we could be creating this bottom wick. You know, we're nowhere close to this low down here. Yes, this is a bearish candle. We could be reacting to this level right here. But we shall see, and we're going to wait for that. We're going to see on the lower time frames if that's something that we're going to get. We just need to close below this area right over here for us to think that this is going to be any kind of sells. But even there, I don't really want to take sells. Maybe I could get a quick sell scalp, but anything, you know, where I take a scalp and then hold for a runner, I'm not going to be doing that on gold because I'm bullish on gold.
Yeah.
So again, looking at the 4 hour over here, perfect formation where we break, hold support over here, high or low, right? Break right through that resistance, retesting the high, come up, create a new high. Now we're retesting that previous high over here. And if you guys use fibs, you can always throw these on here too. You got price reacting to 61.8 and holding support at 0.50, right? Just a little extra confluence for you.
I always get confused on where to draw them.
What's up?
I always get confused on drawing them.
Then you don't use them, right? It's
I don't really use them, to be honest, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I barely use them as well, but I know how to use them. You know, I know what they do. I know the function of them, and I know how to apply them. But I just, you know, I don't really use them. I just know a couple of you guys do, and it makes sense to you guys. So I definitely try to implement that so that you guys can make some sense of it. But anyway, we are in this mini bearish trend, counter trend over here, and then we're starting to break, which we did over here on the 30-minute. So all we're doing is waiting for a retest of this area right over here. The candle's closing in our direction on the lower time frame, and we could take this out. Looks like we're getting that bearish candle. I like this candle right here, the fact that we have no bottom wick over here, and we're starting to push bullish. 5-minute, starting to push up. You can wait for this 5 minutes to close. Over here, you can start entering dynamic risk. Gio, what's up, buddy?
How's it going, man?
Good, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 5 minute to close bullish. If we miss it, we miss it, but I just want to wait. Let's see how it does close. I'm thinking our stop loss could be somewhere in here, in this area. Maybe 1893, you could put it. Make it a little bit wider. How'd you do yesterday, Gio?
There was no trade from yesterday. It was just ranging. DJ was ranging, so
You said you didn't take anything?
nah.
Cool. Yeah, GJ's been a little tricky over here. We had that fake out yesterday. Now price is coming right back into this area. We broke this down before, but it looked like it was possibly retesting this area over here to continue down. But what happened was we already got our retest of these lows over here. So this candle is now rejecting 30-minute and is now bullish, creating a higher low than these lows over here. So this is something that I wouldn't want to trade in. I would want to wait for any kind of sells for price to break 154, 570. Gold is looking good over here. I think this could be a nice move for today. Turn into an intraday. So we just sit and wait.
So you're looking for a 15-minute close above 1895.
1895. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this would be nice. A nice engulfing 15-minute candle. That'd be awesome. If we leave a wick to fill, that'd be cool too. But we shall see how this candle closes. We just sit back and wait. I want to see how the 5-minute closes specifically. See if we hold the support. See if we get a bottom wick and that candle flipping bullish. Might be a nice entry. But we also have 7 o'clock coming around the corner too. So you just want to be aware. Maybe the 1 hour creates its bottom wick and then continues up. But I like these rejections a lot, especially this candle. I know I was talking with Gary about this in the London session. But remember these candles. I wish this body was a little bit smaller on this bearish candle, but these candles with those top wicks, the bearish candles with the top wicks normally get filled. We've seen that time and time again.
5-minute looks nice.
What's up?
A 5-minute looks nice, creating a bottom wick first.
Yeah, it could be. What we want to do also is take a look at the dollar. See, what I was saying with the dollar, hopefully we are holding this resistance right over here. And if we do, should be continuing down. There you go. Resistance. Resistance. We need to close below this area. That'll give you further confluence that gold is going to be on its way up.
I might enter this call if the 5 flips and breaks the previous.
You might enter.
Yeah, if it breaks the previous 5-minute high.
Okay.
But then again, that's the next hour that you want about.
That's the thing. I'm probably gonna wait at this point. I'm probably gonna wait for the hour to close and see what we get. And again, if we miss it, we miss it. But this is a nice formation, nice counter trend. Support formed at a previous 4-hour resistance. So I like it. GDP came out better than expected for Japan. Ooh, is your economic sentiment came out worse? This was something I was looking at. And then this is something I'm looking at for today. So far, we're holding support. I could very well see us like keep ranging over here, forming that bottom wick on the 1 hour. And then we exit this consolidation area, right? Price kind of passes this area right here, closes above on the lower time frames, and then we could take this up. That's what I'm looking at. You have a nice clean move in the lower time frames over here. And you got about 30 pips to the next lower time frame resistance up here. There we go. Price kind of printing higher lows over here. So we could very well consolidate over here and then continue bullish. Or we get some sort of like a push up and then we come down, continue up.
Yeah.
This is why we wait. We got a minute for the 7 o'clock. Is anybody preparing to enter this? Chris, I know you trade gold now.
I've got mine ready, but yeah, it's only like a 0.02 lot.
Okay, so the 5-minute ended up closing with no bottom wick over here. So that means the other, 15-minute closed bullish with a wick to fill. So once the 15-minute creates its bottom wick, this is perfect. And then passes the high of the previous. This might be where you want to enter. Or, I mean, if we get a bottom wick into this area over here and then we start flipping bullish, you can enter once you flip bullish. Maybe use dynamic risk. And again, I'm being a little bit more conservative on my stop loss.
Where's your TP?
TP is, I mean, I'm definitely going to be securing at 1897. It's
Yeah,
going to be my first TP. My next one's going to be 1903.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I want to wait for price to get above this level right here. I think this will be safer entries instead of waiting for this candle to flip bullish. Just because of this level over here, the support. This is perfect. You don't want it to break the high too early. There's that 1 hour bottom wick. Yeah, you know what? I might enter dynamic risk as we're flipping bullish on the 1 hour.
I've just entered.
Yeah. So that's my first entry. And then once we get above this level, I'll enter another percentage. So let's journal this real quick. What's up, brother?
Hello, guys.
How are you?
Great, man. How you doing?
Good, brother. I just broke the pairs down.
All right. Perfect. All right. Trading gold. Gold.
Yeah, we're in gold buys right now. I just entered 1%. Then I may enter another one as we pass the high of these area. This wick right here.
Perfect.
Just double my trade. I'm just gonna journal this real quick, guys. Mateo, you looking at anything?
Yeah, I just opened to trade on gold right now as it broke the high.
Nice. Two. Gio, have you been looking at gold at all? Or are you still just sticking with GJ?
Yeah, still following gold, but not taking any trades with it.
Are you live back testing it?
Yep.
Cool. Let's see. How's working out been?
Or you said what?
What was that?
You said something?
Yeah, how's working out been?
Oh, well, what was that? That was Sunday. First time back in the gym.
Oh, nice. Oh, because of California.
Yeah.
Nice, man. How'd it feel?
Yeah, that hits different, you know, the atmosphere but yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like they're taking out. I don't know if they're gonna pursue it on the 15. Like take out the mass. I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we don't.
They're yeah. I was reading something that they want to do a lockdown 2.0.
For what?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like vaccines have been what we're at 60%. They were saying.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of the vaccine if you're gonna start locking down people again?
Now 60% of adults, right?
Mhm.
That's crazy. check out the dollar. There we go. Further confirmation. We need price closing below this area on the 30 for the dollar. And that's going to push gold right up. Let's see. Let's take a picture. My stop loss up a little bit. So everyone understands how we took this based on the 4-hour, but entries on the 5-minute and the 15-minute and the smaller time frames. I know Patrick asked for a video on this, so I'm actually going to break this down on a video and add it to the course probably today after I hop off the Zoom with Luke. But I'll break this whole thing down and show how you take trades based on these lower time frames over here. Looks like the 5-minute is respecting this little resistance. What I want to do is journal. Caught a nice buy on gold last night. Let's see, long. 2, 6, 8, 3, 2.
GG will be rinsing people.
What's it doing?
Pushing back up into that area.
You said it's rinsing people?
Will be.
I like that. Good term. Fucking rinsing people. You don't want to get rinsed.
So I took a second entry on the 5-minute as I passed the previous
Nice.
5 minutes. So I mean,
Yeah, so I took mine as we flip bullish over here and then as we pass the high of that candle. So now I'm just going to close half right now.
it's at 10 pips.
Yeah. So close half at 10. Let's mark that off. Didn't move my stop loss up yet.
Where are you moving your stop loss to then?
I'm probably going to move it to break even soon. Just want to see these other time frames. We got a nice clean move over here on the 5-minute. I'm just experimenting something with my stop loss. So if price comes back to my entry over here, I'm going to close 50%.
Right.
but I just fully anticipate price coming all the way up. I just don't want to get stopped out because I think this will be our scalp that turns into an intraday trade possibly to continue right back up and retest these highs up here. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to break this level. You want to secure at this level right over here, and then obviously secure up here, and then just let the rest go. Securing 50 on the way out. Matei, how's that risk management strategy going?
On the backtesting, good. On the live markets, I don't have enough big sample size yet. But I will try right now. I'm moving my stop loss to break even right now.
Awesome. Do you
20 pips. I'm moving it to plus 10.
do you want to explain that to everyone, like the way you do it? That might help some people.
Yeah, just a second to journal everything, and I will explain to everybody.
Cool. I just I closed another 50% once we got into this level over here. I'm just securing on the way.
Yeah, I'm at break even now.
Cool. But do you guys see how like that was just like a well planned out trade? You just sit there, you wait for what you want. You say that, okay, if price flips bullish, you'll enter one. Price past the high, that's another higher lower risk kind of a move where you're not taking anything down here. You're waiting for price to cross this area over here. And, you know, with volume coming in at 7 o'clock, it should continue to push up along with further confluence from the dollar being weak. Now we're seeing that we could be holding support right over here. Let's look at the lower time frames. Let's see if we break and close below that area. If we do, again, like I said, you're going to start to see gold continue up. So now I already closed 50% twice, so I'm not going to close at all until we do reach this area. And then again at this area right up here. Unless we do come back to my entry. This is a nice healthy 15-minute candle close. See how the 30-minute looks. 30-minute could be creating a top wick. We're just retracing a little bit to continue right back up.
Yeah, that's a new 15 there, making it low. So hopefully it flips bullish.
Yeah. But also, do you see how like trend lines and counter trend lines just make a lot of sense when they break? That's further confluence. You could get in a lot earlier. It's the same thing with, you know, instead of using indicators, you're using price action where you could catch these moves earlier than if you were to wait for the EMA to cross or, you know, price to close above the 50 EMA, something like that. Luke, did you take this? Awesome. Welcome back. Can you guys hear that? No, not at all.
Tiny bit.
Shit. It's hot in here. It's like fucking 90 degrees yesterday. Take multiple screenshots, guys. All time frames. Just toggle through all of them. Get some 1 minute action. You just monitor it. All right. So even before it gets to my entry, this is why you use the 1 minute. If price closes below this area on the 1 minute, I'll close another 50%. But it could very well be reacting to this mini order block to the left, right here. Matei, how's your day so far?
My day, pretty good. I wasn't really looking at the charts in the London session. I had to study for exams, so this is the first time
Nice.
on the charts.
There you go. Now you said you did get in on this?
Yeah, on gold trade, yeah, at the break of the 50-minute high.
Right here.
Oh, this is the 5-minute, yeah, possibly.
Oh, you said 15 minutes?
Yeah, the break of the first bullish 50-minute high.
Oh, okay.
Right where, actually, yeah, just a bit later. Yeah, here.
Okay, cool. Beautiful. What I like about this is that we don't have a top wick over here yet. We are reacting to these order blocks to the left, but we have no top wick in the 15-minute. It's still halfway through the 15-minute. So maybe now we start getting that retracement. See the 5-minute? Maybe now we start getting that flip of the 15-minute right over here as we form support.
Yeah, I hope so.
So far, we're holding 1 minute support. It'd be nice if we get a close in this area.
Yeah, I sent you a screenshot on the Slack. Look at where the price tapped my entry. My stop loss was right there.
Oh, so it took you out?
No. Just tapped on my entry, but it didn't take me out.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Wow, awesome. Let's hope we don't get a further retracement. And what I can do right now as well is, you can just leave it. There we go. See, second half of the 15-minute candle, this candle's starting to flip.
Perfect.
Let's see. Previous 15 minutes have wicks as well, not as big as this one, but this one does. This one does. There you go, beautiful. Just wanted to grab liquidity real quick to flip bullish. Five-minute close, a nice bullish candle. Yeah, GJ is, like I said, you don't want to play in here. We already retested the low. Like this would have been a nice move. This candle right here. Once it flipped bearish, at 20 pips right here could have grabbed. But other than that, that would have been, actually, you know what? This would have been a safe entry too. Anticipating volume over here. Once this candle passed the low of that weak bearish bullish candle, anticipate the retest of this low, secure at 16 pips, stop loss at break even. It would have been stopped out already. Would have been nice. Another round of screenshots. Real quick.
So if this 15-minute closes with no top wick, what are you going to do?
Which one?
On the
I'll probably
on
close
gold.
another 5% or 50.
Yeah.
Number one rule is just preserving capital. And that's very hard to do sometimes. Especially when you risk more. So what I say, I'm over here, you have this support that it's maybe retesting. We're starting to break the bullish trend on the 5-minute. But I think a safe time to close 50 would probably be once we start breaking this market structure over here. Because we could very well be breaking this 5-minute trend or 1-minute trend, but then hold support right here and then still continue right back up to retest the high. It doesn't always have to, follow the 1-minute trend. It's actually a 5-minute as well. I think as long as we stay above this level right here. Let's see, get rid of that. Gio, were you saying that you had the coded friends?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Were you saying that you were the one that has the friends that code?
No, I think that was Justin.
Justin, yes, you're right. Typically people that are coders or live in California, they know some people that work at Facebook or Instagram. I just
Well, I got some, my college buddies, but I haven't talked to them for a while though.
Your college friends work at Facebook?
No. He works at Raytheon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a software developer over there.
Yeah, I'm just looking for someone that works at one of these companies that could help me out.
I mean, let me know what you need, and I can relay it to him and see if he's willing to work on it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just let him know that a guy you trade with, obviously let him know who I am and that my account got disabled by accident. It's the wrong account. And that I just need somebody in a department that looks at this to re-enable my account. It'd be huge.
Oh, your Instagram, right?
Yeah, my Instagram got disabled. And I think the guy's Instagram is still up that's been impersonating me.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Let me see if it is actually. Wow, it looks like this guy's got disabled as well. And he's starting to make a new one. He just can't post anything because he's got no post to go off of.
All right, so now I'll do the trade. Now I can explain that securing strategy.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'll just annotate, or maybe you can click the back button to hide all your tools on the trading view, so I make it easier.
So what would you like me to do?
Or maybe just click this button to the left-hand side to hide all the tools, all the.
Oh, yes. There you go.
All right. Okay, and I'll just go to the 15-minute. I think it will be easier.
Awesome. Is this good for you?
That's perfect. So I hope I'll be able to draw. What I'm doing with this strategy is actually I'm taking entries as I used to before. So break of the high, break of the low, depending on the trend. But the whole point of this strategy is to have a tight stop loss. So I execute my trade right above here as we pass the high of the 15-minute candle. And I put my stop loss right below this candle. So it's a quite tight stop loss. It's 10 pips. And first rule is to, if I'm managing risk that way, the price goes in profit to 5 pips or more, and comes back to my entry, I'm closing 50%, and I'm closing 50% once again if this candle starts to flip, so that I manage risk. But if I execute and the candle starts dropping right away, then I don't manage risk because maybe it's only a weak creation. So I'm willing to let the whole position stop me out, because when it comes to securing, I'm actually trailing my stop loss. I'm not securing 10 pips. So when price comes here, it was at 10 pips in profit. I moved my stop loss from down here to break even.
Without securing.
If the price came to 20 pips in profit, which would be somewhere here, I would trail my stop loss from break even to plus 10 pips. So that way I'm leaving the upside for the price to run, and I'm at the same time I'm securing the downside, if it makes sense.
100%.
So that's actually, those are the few main keys. But if the price reverses right on my entry, then I don't manage risk, because then I have an entry problem, and probably the entry was not that good, and I have to fix my entry. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's awesome, man. And with the back testing, you're seeing a lot of success with it.
Yeah, quite a lot. Not really in pre-New York time as I did, because we did execute now, but during New York when there is volume, price just runs, and you have those 1-minute candles, 5-minute candles where you have those volume spikes. And sometimes it does go up for like 40, 50, 60 pips, and then you're just trading your stop loss and you are able to grab the bigger part of the move.
Love it.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's simple, just the securing part is different, and the management is a bit different.
Now, I'm sure you see your stop loss get hit at break even quite a bit.
Yeah, I actually just paid attention to that yesterday. So I have a lot of trades that are just a break even, but I'm fine with that, because the main key at this point is to get comfortable with execution and tight stop losses.
Yep.
Everything else will come later on, and I'm fine with taking some full losses. 1%, 2%, because there will be some trades that will run 3-to-1, 4-to-1 risk to reward, and I will put them up.
Gonna make up for it.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's simple, and but I like it. I think it suits my style much better than the securing the 10 pips.
I like it. You're not limiting that upside, so that's good. Now, did you kind of come up with this on your own? Did you find it online?
Well, I was actually thinking, I was looking at the whole trading account, and it didn't make sense, because my losing trades were quite often, the winners weren't so big as the losers were.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what exactly was the problem to that, and it wasn't managing risk, because I was managing risk quite well, but it was risk management on the upside. So my winners weren't big enough. So then I thought to myself, how can I improve that? So how can I let the trade run? But if it reverses on me, I can take it out. So then I come back with this trading stop strategy, and I've been backtesting for a few weeks now. So for now, it's going really well. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome, man. That's what it's all about. Constantly learning, constantly being just a sponge. I was saying that to Gary. Gary's getting into institutional stuff, and I couldn't be more proud. I keep doing that. Keep learning different things. Now there is a difference though when it comes to jumping strategies. When you have one strategy that you feel like you're testing out and all that stuff and it just doesn't work, you go on, you find someone else's strategy, then all of a sudden you start implementing that strategy on your live account. You can't do that. Got to back test it first. And you got to
Exactly, yeah.
do it with the mindset that you are forming your own strategy instead of copying someone else's. So it's got to be you pulling from, let's say, me, Rakeel, Ted, Sean Lee, all these people all over the internet, that if you're studying their strategies, you're not taking everything from them because not everything is going to make sense to you. You're just taking parts of what works for you and what makes sense to you, and you're adding it into your arsenal, into your tool bag.
Yep, exactly. That's it.
Good shit, man. Yeah, that's also good because that's a risk management strategy. So that's subjective to itself. So you have to form your own strategy with that anyway. Forget trading strategy. You basically trade the same way I do. But
exactly.
Everything
is the same.
Yeah.
Just the securing part is different. So
exactly.
That's why I like it so much, because I mean I do everything the same way, with the difference that I don't secure, but I move my stop loss up.
Yeah.
If this can run up, I will be in it longer than securing the 10 pips. Yep. But if it doesn't run my way, it's all good, because most of the time I'll get stopped out, break even, and I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. One thing that I've been implementing, it's almost kind of like the opposite of that, but not really. What I do is I secure a little bit less than I normally do. So instead of 80%, I secure 50%. And on my way up, I'm just securing 50% on the way up of whatever that is, instead of securing 80%, then, another percentage. That way, most of my trade is off, and it's just like I'm not even really invested into the trade because I don't have as much at risk. You know what I'm saying? You only have 20%. But what I'm also doing is being more, lenient with my stop loss. Like I'm letting my trades breathe. So if price is going to come back to my entry, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. You know what I'm saying? So
and secure and probably taking off some risk.
Yeah, exactly. I'm letting it go, and if it comes back to my entry, I'll close 50. But
that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how this thing works on GJ. I haven't backtested it. I mean, for the past few weeks, GJ is really not been my thing. So as far as it comes to gold, if you catch the right volume push, it can give you a heavy reward, because
100%.
with 10 pips stop loss, 1-2% risk, it can run for 50-60 pips easily if you catch the nice entry.
You've been basically all in on gold lately.
Yeah, I mean, I've been all in on gold. I've moved. I don't really trade GJ that much, because for the previous month, I looked at my gold stats and they were much better than GJ. And I've been trading GJ for quite a longer time. So I've completely moved to gold now, and I just barely watch GJ. But I'm more confident with gold later. Yeah.
When I do my weekend recaps of my different sessions throughout the week, and I back tested again, I only found a couple trades on GJ, and some were even questionable. Let's actually take a look.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, the volume is nowhere near where it was last year. So
exactly. Let's see. What's up, Gary? Yeah, like this was a 25 pip miss on GJ last week, Tuesday, 7:46 a.m. It was taken on the 1 minute in a consolidation area. But like, look how I took this. Like this would have been the trade. We broke the bearish trend, right? We formed that support. This is the trade that I ended up getting, in the live market. Then price started to consolidate, and we retested this 30-minute support a couple times before heading up. We had this resistance right over here, retested it once, twice. This is the third time. This candle's starting to reject it, right? Now, again, this is in a consolidation, so this is very tricky to trade. But once you drop to the lower time frames on pairs like GJ and gold, you do have some opportunities playing this range. only if it's big enough. So you got this double or triple tap basically of the 30-minute support. This is the 1 minute. This is that 30-minute support retest. 1 minute, we're creating a higher low over here. We are still respecting this bearish trend. Now we start breaking out of it, creating a high up here. We come down to retest that area. This candle starts flipping bullish. And we could have entered after this bullish candle closed right over here. Now we do have this resistance, but expecting volume to push in with a clean move to the left, you're expecting volume to come in and push price up.
Yep.
The price pushed up. We created this little support over here, previous resistance. Looks like gold is on its way up. Nice. 25 pips.
Yeah, I'll wait for the New York Open and try to get a re-entry.
Gary, we were actually just talking about you. We were saying how I love how you've been doing some of your own homework and looking up some different strategies that you're comfortable with, and obviously just doing your own homework and putting together your own strategy that you're comfortable with. And to be honest with you, it seems like you're the most comfortable you've been with trading using this. Am I correct? You got the kids with you? Can't talk? Yeah, so that's awesome, man. Yeah, you see him a lot more confident. Look at gold. I'm going to close another 50 right here. And now I'm going to move my stop loss to entry. 18.99. Awesome.
Yeah,
Wait.
so point, if you didn't
18, we're not even in
30
18.
pips in profit.
Oh, 18.
Sorry.
Nice. So you got in down here. Or what? This wick rejection right here? What happened to the dollar? Hold on. I'm going to get back to GJ in a second. That trade that I was pointing out. Just want to label this off. Yeah, 744 volume. Let's say I closed another 50 right around here. Yep. So this could very well be a runner that you leave. 1900 full TP. Dollar's so weak. Yeah, man. Dollar's very weak. We had this. Ooh. Price did hold this support over here, but it looks like we are printing lower highs on these lower time frames. Sorry. Let's see. So what happened with the dollar over here? We broke this bearish trend, created this high up here, and now we're printing lower highs. I was just waiting for price to hold this support right here and hold this as a resistance to come down and retest these lows. And I said, if we get that, we're going to get a nice push on gold if we get a retest of these lows. There it goes.
Where were we?
Okay, so anyway, with this GJ trade over here, this is the move that you could have gotten. You could have closed 80% at 10 pips, stop loss at break even. Just because, you know how I was saying I'm normally closing 50% now instead of 80%. This trade, you're in the middle of a consolidation, very risky kind of a trade to take, but you know, you like the market structure and you know there's a higher probability of price coming right back up to retest these highs up here. So that's why you secure 80%, move stop loss to break even right away when you are trading in a range like this. But price ended up continuing bullish right out of that range. And you could have secured another 50% at 25 pips with your stop loss still at break even. And price would have ended up stopping at break even later on around 3 o'clock that afternoon. So this is, again, the power of those lower time frames. And also, you know, those are one of the only trades you could have really gotten on GJ last week. That's what I was really trying to point out. It's a little risky.
My gold trades hit 35 pips TP.
Good shit, man.
So everything's closed now.
Lee is back.
Finally.
This would have been a good trade to leave a runner, though. Just so you know.
I've got I did have it set like to leave a runner, but then I thought I'm just gonna when I have my dinner, then I've got work and whatever. So
Oh, I got
I
you.
only used it like that small of a lot. I couldn't actually leave really a runner.
I feel you.
So,
Let's 1 minute. $37 pips. Break even. Who's here? Justin's in. Justin,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, we were just talking about you. Are you the one that has the coder friends?
Yeah, but I honestly I haven't talked to him and I sent an email, but I haven't heard anything back from him, so I'm guessing that they're probably not interested in what I asked them.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
it wasn't even about that. Do you know anything about my Instagram? How it got disabled?
Oh yeah, because scammers are copied it and tried to get people to get Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, I don't know what they were doing. They're just being scumbags. But what I'm trying to do is, you know, normally people that are coders and people in that whole world probably have friends at Facebook or Instagram that you know, I could probably reach out to or something like that. So I was just seeing if you knew anyone that worked for Facebook or Instagram, or if you thought, you know, your coder friends knew anyone that was over there.
I'll check and see.
If you could, that'd be huge.
Yeah,
So hard to get in contact with them. It's brutal.
yeah, yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from.
I'm gonna head off now. I'll be back tomorrow.
All right, Lee. Nice trade.
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
Nice having you back on a regular basis.
Definitely.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, no bother. See you later.
See you, buddy. So looks like we're forming another support right over here. Matei, you said you were out?
Yep.
Chris, did you take this? I don't know if you could hear me. Nice. This is it. Stop loss of
So yeah, this white wick took me out, but if it didn't, so price hit 30 pips in profit, so my stop loss would be to plus 20 pips.
Yeah, that makes sense. Chris, just watching. Okay, did that make sense for you? That whole breakdown? Awesome. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Couple entries on there. We waited for the 5 minute to flip bullish right over here. And then basically waited for the 15-minute to flip bullish, entered one, entered the second one as we passed the high that wick. Multiple screenshots. So today, guys, like I said, and as I broke down on the Sunday breakdown, this is something that you guys want to pay attention to. Jolt's job openings. And why is that again? That's because a lot of people around the U.S. It seems like they're not taking jobs because they're getting government aid. They're getting financial, or not financial aid, but that's more for colleges. But they're getting government stimulus, and they're getting many opportunities. Come on, yeah, no, 1900. That's what we're waiting for. They're getting many opportunities not to work and to make money off the government just by by not taking jobs that are offered to them. And that's much different than somebody that doesn't have a job, that is looking for a job and can't get one. But it seems like there's a lot of job openings out there that aren't willing to pay enough, that or as much as the government is paying right now, which is a problem. But when it comes to the Fed, and when it comes to tapering some of these stimulus that they're offering right now, and some of the bond buying, they want to see this job number obviously go up. And if it does, and they see that there's enough job openings, but then not enough people taking the jobs, that still means that there is a healthy economy, and all they need to do is scale back on the bond buying, and scale back on some of the stimulus that they're doing, so that people go out and actually get these jobs, because they can't make as much on the government anymore. So this is going to be a telltale sign, this Jolt's job openings, to tell us, okay, maybe people do need to get back to work, and maybe the Fed needs to maybe increase interest rates, maybe to hedge the inflation. Maybe they need to stem back on the bond buying. So that's what I'm looking at for today. And that's about it when it comes to, I mean, we did have the ZEW economic sentiment coming out of Germany. It's pretty important. China has their CPI coming out today. Obviously, no one in here trades the yuan. You got tomorrow, anybody trading gold, oil. You got the black gold inventories coming out. Strong hour candle on gold. Yeah, man. We called this from the London session, did we not, Gary? What did we say? Yeah, I was saying, love the rejection and support formed on gold on the road, so can't send a chart. We'll break down on the stream. So over here, this is what we were talking about. This is around 4 o'clock, 4:15, that I was looking at this. So We were forming the support on the 4-hour right over here, started to reject. I like this candle right here, strong bearish candle, but no bottom wick. This candle comes all the way down to 1890 and then ends up closing a very weak body. Higher low, higher high with this candle, higher low, higher high with this candle. And we ended up entering this right up here, waiting for confirmations to break this bearish trend over here, waited for support to form and take this right up. We got in basically the earliest you could with when it comes to the safest entry that you could have gotten. Could have very well gotten in down here like Gary did, but when it comes to safe entries, safe buying, when we are in a downtrend, you want to wait for that downtrend to break. You want to wait for a retest of that downtrend and the support to form. So we got in the earliest we basically could have. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Never satisfied though, right? We got to stack these. Yeah, I was before you got on, I was actually pointing that out as well, the fib, and if that made sense to some of you guys, how it lined up perfectly right over here. 61.8 found support, 50% right over here, and then it continued up. Now we're passing the high of the previous 4-hour. Great news for any kind of intraday trade that you guys want to turn the scalp into. Damn. Yeah, it bounced off of both. Extra confluence, exactly. It's not the main confluence, just a little extra something. Let's see. Looks like Mac is doing the New York session. Guess he's covering for Raquel till what, the 20th or something? Get cold. Let's see. What do I want to do? I just closed another half at 50 pips. Let's journal that. Wow. $1,900. Good job, Gary. Killed it on that one. Yeah, that's literally 100 pips. Good job, buddy. Day is done. Yes, sir. Here you go. We haven't used this in a minute. So obnoxious. $15-minute close other at 50 pips. 1900.
What the hell is that?
What is that, Gary? Beautiful. Oh, nice. Yeah, where's everybody with the group Trello? I mean, I could take a look at your trades. We could break them down on here if you guys want to, but if you don't add them to there, I can't see.
All right, I need to post mine. I have a few break-even trades.
No, yeah, you're normally really good with it. Don't worry about it. But
Yeah, I'll post after the stream.
But again, it doesn't matter to me. That's for you guys so that we could all break them down. And it just helps you, no matter who's looking at them. Like you guys can share your trades between yourselves, and it's just as good as. I mean, maybe it's better getting it looked at by someone else. It's been trading for a while and everything like that. But even just getting a second eye on something, like it could be someone just trading for a year, and they just see something that maybe you missed. And that's why sharing charts is so important. But like if you want to break them down as a group on here, start adding them into there, and then we'll break them down. I'll add my input, and someone else could add theirs. Matei could talk about his. It's definitely a benefit for everyone. Let's see where GJ on. Yeah, look at GJ. This moves a lot differently. You're basically better off taking swings on GJ at this point. Harder pair to swing, but the price action on it is a lot better. DJ is a joke.
Yeah, I like the pullback in gold. I'm thinking about entering once the candle flips and better high.
Okay. Just be aware of 1900. Right? What was it? Yesterday, we formed this high up at 1900. It was having difficulty breaking above. I ended up grabbing this trade right here. I think I failed the first one. Hold on. I have the journals. I didn't finish journaling all of it yet. But this is what I was looking at. Ended up taking it based on the bullish close right over here. You're in this consolidation, but the price ended up skyrocketing. I secured 50% at 22 pips. Stop loss at break even. Next candle, what happened was we ended up creating this evening star, I guess you could say. This candle created a top wick. It looked like it was going to continue up to fill this wick, but ended up passing the low of this candle right here. So I closed another 50%, and then the rest got stopped at break even. Does trade make sense to you guys now? But it took that 8 o'clock, 8:30 volume during Asian to break us out of 1900. So you need to price some strong volume. I mean, we have it right now. So are you in right now?
Yep.
Nice. I would like this even more if this candle right here had a top wick. If this candle had a top wick like this, and then this candle past the high of that candle, I would like this one, coming up to fill that wick.
Yeah, a bigger top would be perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, it's advantageous to have that wick. That may have been a FOMO trade, Matei.
That could be. All good.
All good. Just manage risk.
Yeah, could be maybe an early entry.
I think your best bet would be waiting for the support to form over here, 1889 or 1898, 500.
Yep, could be.
Retest these previous candle body highs, and then continue right back up to retest that high.
Yep. Maybe it was a too early entry.
Justin, how's that strategy been going?
Going pretty good. Yesterday, yeah, yesterday my first entry, I was up 30 pips, and then the next entry was up 120 pips.
Let's go.
So it was going good, but yeah, but I'm still a little gun shy just because I'm like, it's too simple, but maybe simple works. I don't know.
You just need to see it enough, I guess. You know, just got to keep testing it out. Make sure that it truly works, but that's how it is. But yeah, if we get this closed below the support over here on the dollar, you're going to see gold continue right through 1900 and continue up. I'm looking at 1960. I think we're going to retest these highs up here and then continue right back up to 1912. Then eventually, we're going to get a very similar setup. Look at this. The daily candle is now flipping bullish, creating our bottom wick. We're going to continue right back up. It's going to look very similar to these candles. Right over here. But I think we're going to head up to right around 1855 or 1955, 1960. Nice decade right there. That's Get a little retracement. 1 hour ended up closing with barely a top wick. So do we have enough range to continue up? Still respecting bullish price action. Again, we need that close below the support on gold, on the dollar. If we get that close below, nice retest. Should be retesting this low, and gold will be on its way up. All right. Multiple websites, including the UK government, CNN. All these websites down. Gio, you there?
What's up, man?
Read this comment.
I know, right? Especially with all the CNN, New York Times.
Yep. The world would be a better place. Let's see. Inflation, defining macro story of the decade. This is interesting. I hope we don't see hyperinflation. Oh, it's a paper. This hour was due on Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, we were just looking at gold over here. I was just looking at some fundamentals. Looks like we're holding support at 18.99. But Tay, this is the level I was talking about, possibly retesting.
Yep.
Right back up. Gold is trending today. And what I was looking at over here, let's move this over. Check out this article. Dollar subdued as investors look to key U.S. inflation gauge. So what happens when people fear inflation? Gold is on its way up. People buy metals. That do later in the week after softer than expected. US 30. Let's see. Let's do this guy over here. Wow. Yeah, we've just been bullish on US 30. Will we retest the yearly highs and the all-time highs? Hey, Matei, I didn't know. I don't know about this week. I mean, we need some positive data coming out this week for that to happen. But Matei, was you're from Slovenia?
Yep.
Was
Right.
Slovenia originally part of Germany?
No, it wasn't a part of Germany. There were a few countries in around us that we were part, but not the Germany.
If you ever watch World War II in color on Netflix, it's
Right.
pretty good. It's by the History Channel. But in the beginning of that, they show exactly how everything came about. But they show kind of how Germany had control of all these countries. Then after World War I, something happened where it was like the Austria-Hungary Providence or something like that.
Maybe it was
I have
the
no idea.
yeah,
But
something like this.
after World War I, the countries of Latvia, all these countries were formed in all these smaller countries were formed in Europe, kind of taking away from Germany. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta rewatch it, but I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think we had something to do with Austria. Yeah, we were allies, something like this.
Yeah. Damn, man. Phoenix won last night.
Yeah, I saw it. That's nice.
I've been saying they might be the best team in the league.
Could be.
I mean, talent-wise, obviously it's Brooklyn, but
Today's the first game, Clippers versus Utah.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be interesting.
I can't believe Atlanta beat Philly.
Yeah, today is the game too, right?
I think so. Right. All right. All right. All right. Gary, we're not too into soccer over here. I mean, at least I'm not. I can't speak for everyone. So I don't know if like Gio, Justin, Chris, you guys into soccer?
Really. I'm just American football and basketball.
Nice, yeah, same. Wow, what's going on, Gary? Big game. Yeah, we have a U.S. team and we got Red Bull. We got all these soccer teams, but our main sports are basically baseball, football, and then I would say basketball after that. Basketball in the NBA is really becoming an international thing. Oh, nice. So Chelsea won. I hear Chelsea's always been good, right? I play FIFA with them. That's wild. That's wild. You're probably thrilled, aren't you? That's what happens. That's why we're waiting as long as we can before we have kids. We're getting a dog first. Yeah, no, 100%. Yes, you do. How is your dog doing? I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Gary's typing in the chat. So much better? Good. Good to hear. Yeah, man, you had a nice showing with the GoFundMe. That was awesome. I like seeing that. A lot of people helping out. What was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, we're so my fiance Megan, she works from home now. She's a graphic designer for Macy's. So I'm out a lot with the driving company and everything. So we decided to get a dog. Not a smart investment to be honest, but it's something that I highly recommend. Before getting married, I highly recommend living together before you get married to see how that is and how you guys cooperate and share responsibilities, stuff like that. But also, right before you have kids, I think you should have a dog and share responsibilities that way of taking care of it and everything like that. So we're actually getting a Maltese. So it's just like some little dog. We live in an apartment, so nothing big. I'm gonna end up getting either German Shepherd or a Blue Bay Shepherd, or maybe a Black Lab next. I'll show you what this thing looks like. Look at this. I think it's like a toy Maltese. Look at these things. So I'm gonna have him. He's gonna be sitting here trading with me, just sitting on the desk. Border Collie, German Shepherd. That's awesome. Look at this thing. It's a boy. His name's gonna be Brody. But this is the next dog I want. Blue Bay. Look at this thing. Looks like a German Shepherd. Looks like a wolf, no? Crazy. All right, where's... Oop, there we go. Guys, more confirmations for gold buys over here. We're breaking below support. It's also 8:30. So we're going to get a strong bullish candle close. We also passed the high, this previous high up here at 1900. So if we form support, create a bottom wick, that candle flips bullish, you could possibly enter dynamic risk when it pushes bullish, and then also when it passes the high of that candle. But expect a bottom wick formed at 8:30. It tends to happen. Let me see if Luke answered. Gio, what'd you think about the Logan Paul fight?
Yeah, that was you heard what Mayweather said, right?
What?
You know what Mayweather said?
What?
You heard what he said? He's like, I hope legacy could feed your family.
I mean, it's hard to discredit what Logan's
I
did.
mean, his name is money, you know. He was named for I mean I don't know. It's all about money. So I mean you can't blame Mayweather. He's a business guy.
No, not at all. Did you see him at the post-fight press conference?
Mayweather?
Yeah.
I saw some clips.
So as soon as he goes up to sit at the table, he looks at the bottles that are on the table. He's like, "They paying?" He's like, "No." Then he takes them off here.
Yep.
Hold up. He's like, "Are they paying me?" Check out gold.
The UFC fighters are taking a hit on Dana White now.
They're taking a hit on what?
On Dana White, because Francis Ngannou
Yeah.
was saying that what are we doing wrong? You know, like Logan Paul just stepped up in the ring and got paid $20 million just to for entertainment.
Yeah. Did you know that the ad? Yeah, this is not good for Dana White. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Stupid exhibition matches. Not a fan of. I'm probably gonna cancel my take profit up here. Or maybe I'll just keep one. Now you know what? I'm gonna cancel both of them. How much do I have riding on this? 2, yeah. Take another screenshot.
Average adult has 5 to
Gio, you listening to this?
Yeah.
They paid? Well, they ain't paid, they gotta move.
What the fuck?
Questions, guys? Hey.
The thing about that though is he brings more attention to Aquafina that he did that, and then halfway
Mhm.
through the interview, he ends up like picking it up and like drinking it as he's doing it. So obviously they're still getting
Yeah,
their benefit.
he's asking for money.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
They're not going to pay him now. But yeah, I give both of them a lot of respect. First of all, Floyd, you know, you're 50-0. You're hopping in a ring with someone that much bigger than you. Even though I didn't think that was going to be a problem at all for him, I was surprised that it kind of was. But that's just because he's older.
But don't you think it's in their contract that Floyd should win? It's pre-set up, like, we're just here to entertain, make money, and it's all about business.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to, step on the ring with somebody. I mean, imagine if it's a real fight and 190 pounds versus a 150-pound, guy. Definitely, I don't think if it's a real fight, 12 rounds, I think Logan Paul has a shot in there. He
Starting
really,
like
he
a
really wants to.
little tired. I don't know. Logan was describing the fact that, the first couple rounds, Mayweather normally feels you out. That's what he did with McGregor too. And then, rounds 4, 5, and 6, he's giving you all he's got. He's walking you down. He's just like going at it. And Logan was saying that he could tell around round 5 or 6 that he was starting to get a little bit more tired, and he was feeling it. And then Logan got a second wind when Mayweather was getting tired, and that's when he started going at him. But at the same time, they both started getting tired. Like you could see, Logan was sweating his ass off. He was kind of getting tired a little bit. But I give him a ton of credit for going that long with him. Look how listen to how like cocky he is though.
He was saying that he was the best legal bank robber. Yeah,
Who is
Mayweather.
Mayweather's
Hey.
the best legal bank robber?
Yeah,
I would say the best Forex trader in the world is the best bank robber.
that's true then.
I'm just gonna let this thing run to 1910. By 80 pips on the first position. Listen to how cocky Mayweather is, though. Like it's all excuses right in the beginning. Yeah, what a move, man. This is nice today.
I
Mr.
Hey,
Money.
how you doing?
Doing all right. Mark Stahl with the Miami Times. My question to you was why Miami and how did it feel to come down here and your performance was great?
Well, we chose Miami. Of course, the first choice was Las Vegas because that's where I started my career. That's where that's the mega of boxing. So we wanted Vegas at first. The Vegas Nevada Commission turned us down. So our next choice probably was LA, Dallas, or Miami. So we didn't really know where we wanted to go. And so we wanted the fans to be able to come out and have fun. So we chose Miami.
I got a follow up. In the fourth round,
Got a swollen
you
lip.
had that pep in your step after you hit Logan Paul with the left hook.
See, he ends up
how did you
drinking it.
feel out there?
It was fun. I wanted to give people a show, and he was fighting to survive, as you guys can see. Every time he punched, he'd clench. Every time he'd punch, he'd clench. He was a bigger guy, and a little awkward. Well, his background is wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. So he was good at tying me up. So a guy that came in over 200 and some pounds. I came in at 155, but no excuse. I had fun. And
he goes off on all that stuff. Then he goes, no excuses.
And I really believe that he was, just going a distance. That was a win for him. So he was happy with going a distance.
Floyd, he seemed pretty fatigued by the middle part of the fight. Were there
I
times?
just thought it was pretty funny. No excuses. This was perfect price action this morning. But I don't think we have much else. You kind of got GJ over here, but again, I would honestly, if you break it down to the 30-minute, it's just messy. I would wait for any kind of sells below 154, 600. US 30 holding support over here. But I think that's about it. We don't have much else going on. Let's see. Dollar is breaking below support over there. Exactly what we were looking at. We're holding this resistance over here, passing the low of the previous wick. Evening star. Price is probably going to come down and retest that low, and gold is going to continue its way up. The only thing is it's starting to reject this area right now. So we need a healthy close above that area. But guys, have a great day. Don't forget to plan out your day today. Make sure each hour is accounted for and make sure that you're getting everything that you said you were going to do done. Super important. Again, that's why the accountability accountability channel is there, so you can log in whatever you want and act like, or not act like, but you feel like you're on top of your shit. Just knocking down different things that you say you're going to do. Just check them off. Be efficient with your day, because you guys have your goals and they're going to creep up on you. Time's going to creep up on you, and all of a sudden you don't have your goals accomplished. So just make sure that each day is accounted for and you're getting everything that you want. Gary, I'll see you later, buddy. guys, have a great day. Let me know if you need anything. As always, if you want to hop on a Zoom, you're struggling with anything, you always know where to reach me. All right. So, guys, have a great day. All right. See you tomorrow.
See you
See
tomorrow.
you guys
Bye.
later.
See you, boys. Have a great one.